Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a sub $400 striker fired polymer frame handgun from SAR USA, the SAR-9. So while I was at NRAM back in April, I had the chance to talk to SAR USA there. And then they were kind enough to send one of their guns out to me to do some testing with. The SAR-9, it's a polymer frame, stainless slide. This also is available in black. And it's a full-size handgun. It's really close in size to a Glock 17. I mean, I put it right up against a Glock 17 and it's almost exactly the same. As a matter of fact, it fits in several of my Glock 17 holsters. It won't fit in the ones that are really well-molded Kydex, just due to the trigger guard's a little bit different shape. But other than that, it'll pretty much fit in them. Now, I've shot right at 800 rounds to this. I think it's like 792 rounds or something. I have it written down exactly how many rounds, but right at 800 rounds through this. And most of it was the Federal 115 grain, well 600 rounds of it was the Federal 115 grain in the 200 round box you get at Walmart for like $32. And I had zero issues with it. And the first 67 rounds, as a matter of fact, were that, and I recorded them live and streamed it to my YouTube channel, and I'll put the link to that video right up here. But forgive that video because it does buffer a little bit, because out of my range I don't have the best internet service. So it kind of buffered a few times, but you can see that it had no issues with that at all. A matter of fact, with any of the full metal jacket rounds, I had not one issue whatsoever. And I ran, I'm trying to remember all the brands of ammo I ran through. I know there was some Remington green and white box. There was some 147 grain Federal. There was some 124 grain Cellular and below. Oh, I had some steel cased Winchester USA forged or whatever that one is. And actually I've had trouble with that feeding in my Glock 19 and it fed flawlessly through this. I ran one magazine through it just because I had it laying around. And I ran some others that I just had laying around that I'm not even 100% sure what they were. They were just in a random box of 9mm laying there. I don't know what grains they were. They were all just full metal jackets. Now I will be honest with the SIG V-Crown 124 grain, which is what I carry in my shield for self-defense ammo. I actually bought 3 boxes of it just to carry for this gun to carry. And whenever I shot the first magazine through it, about halfway through the first magazine, I did get a malfunction. Now that was the first malfunction I'd had out of this gun. And then I tried some other defensive rounds I had laying around, and one of them was the G2 Research Telos ammo, which is it's a solid copper spun frangible ammo. And it would not feed it whatsoever. I tried 5 rounds, and I think I only got 4 of them. I think I dropped one on the ground even. So I think I only got 4 of them to even fire out of it, and I had to cycle the slide every time. It had issues every time. So it does not like that G2 at all. And in my Glock 19, I put 5 rounds in it and fired them no issues. So for whatever reason, this gun didn't like that ammo. And I ended up shooting a whole nother box of the SIG V-Crown through it. So I shot 40 rounds of the SIG V-Crown and only had the one malfunction the first time, but it still made me a little iffy. Then I shot 50 rounds of the Hornady Critical Defense 115 grain, had zero issues with it. So if I do carry this gun, that will definitely be the carry ammo I choose. That's what I carry in my Glock 19, and I've had real good luck with it down through time. And it's got a little more of a tapered nose on the bullet, so that may be why it didn't hang up. But the SIG V-Crown just caught right on the bottom of the feed ramp and pretty much locked up the gun. So that was kind of a headache to even get it out. Now I did not clean this, oil it, do anything to it. I literally took it out of the box and started shooting it. So didn't do anything to it whatsoever first. The only issue I had with it out of the box was I was shooting to the left, and I just kept trying. It was level left, and I shot it off a sandbag trying to see, and it was still shooting to the left, so I did go ahead and drift the rear sight just a little, and that made it where it's hitting point of aim, point of impact just fine. So, I mean, that's not a big deal at all to me, so. And the trigger was a little bit gritty out of the box at first. I wasn't just thrilled with it. It wasn't terrible. It was just a little bit gritty. But after probably the first 200, 250 rounds, it got smooth as can be. And now it's just fine. I'll turn it around where maybe I can get it in the... But there's really no grit there at all. It feels great. The trigger pull weight is right at 5.5 pounds whenever I tested it. Now it does have the interchangeable back straps. Comes with 2 of those and then 2 different size side panels. And I did not need to change it. It fit perfect. I like the way this gun fits my hand right out of the box. It's very comfortable for me. Much more comfortable than a Glock. And like I said, I didn't change any of that. And it's got a lot of H&K Bp9 features in the grip to me. And the slide is almost all Glock to me. So take that for what it's worth. Now as for the magazines. Mine came with one 17 round. It's marked 17 rounds with it. I think if you buy them, they come with more than one magazine. But like I said, the one they sent out to me only did come with one 17 round. So I went online to, let's see, where was it? Gunclips.net, and for $62 I got 2 of them shipped. And these, on the package, says they're 17 round magazines, but they're both only marked 15, but you can get 17 in them. It feels just the same as this one pretty much to me, putting the 17th round in. So, like I said, but they are just marked 15 rounds, so there's that. The gun seems to be very well made. I don't have any issues with tooling marks or anything like that anywhere, outside, inside, anywhere. It just seems to be well made, especially for the price point. Which I will say the price point is MSRP of like $4.99, I think. I've seen them online well under $400, and I think I've even seen them maybe a few right at the $300 mark. You just have to do some shopping around for that. But mine is the model that does not have the manual safety. And a lot of them I've seen online do have the manual safety, and I'm glad I did not get one with the manual safety, because I didn't know which one I was getting for sure. So I was very pleased whenever I pulled it out of the box and didn't have a manual safety, because I have no need for a manual safety on a striker fire gun, and I wouldn't carry it if it had it, just because it's just my personal preference. So, but they offer it both ways. The gun does have front and rear side serrations. So if you haven't heard of SAR, check them out on their website. It's SARusa.com. They have several other offerings, including some hammer-fired handguns. And I will link to their Facebook page and their Instagram in the description below. And I'm going to make an update video when I get to probably the 2,500 to 3,000 round mark. So be sure and stay tuned for that. And if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss it. And I'm probably going to make one showing how to make a holster for this. My holster making series, just because it's a little different. But like I said, it's pretty much a Glock 17 holster will work. Especially if it's a Kydex, you could heat it just a little bit and make it work pretty easily. But I know there are some holster makers out there that have the molds for this and are making this. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share it out. Thanks for watching.